Dwarf Fortress is insane. It's been in development for over 20 years, and it is simply glorious. Today I'll be running you through the very basics of this game, taking us all the way from a band of raggedy dwarves to an established colony. And there is a chance that you might actually be in this video. Now I should say, this isn't a tutorial or a review, but more a showcase of what this beastly entity is capable of. But what do you actually do? Well, first, you have to generate 100 fucking years of history, although this can be set as low as 5 or as high as 500. Next, you've got to pick your dwarves, and finally, you've got to pick where you want them to embark. Then, after all this, you're ready. Ready for what, I hear you asking? Well, why don't you just stop asking stupid fucking questions, because I was already going to explain that. At its core, Dwarf Fortress is a colony survival game. You and your 7 dwarves will set off for the mountains in search for a new place to call home. Once you've made it there, you'll be straight to work, establishing a new colony and dealing with the countless threats that this game will throw at you. Now, I think you've got the basics, so let's actually start playing the game.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we've arrived, as you can see. Basically, you've just trekked here. You have almost no supplies left, and there's a caravan that's going to come. It's very similar to RimWorld. I'm going to name all of these guys after some Discord users, so I'll be back as soon as I've done that. Alright, so we've got these guys sorted out. We've got Panchito, Spod, Pusher, Pongo, Robin, Jamage. That's your name, and Steve Jobs. So hopefully these guys are going to lead us to victory and not kill us instantly. Or, well, more importantly, I'm not going to kill them instantly.
Now, one of your first priorities in Dwarf Fortress is going to be digging out a home for your dwarves. So that's exactly what I started doing. We got Panchito and Pusher straight on this, and it wasn't long before we had the beginnings of a new home. Now that everything had been dug out, the dwarves were beginning to move in. Next on the list was assigning Spod to make some beds.
Yep, we definitely need a dormitory, or like bedrooms at least, because currently people are just sleeping. Pongo right now is just asleep in the stockpile room. Oh shit, we got some migrants. Well, they need to be named, of course. Alright, we've got Commando and Matija who have joined the gang. Oh, who is this? We're gonna need to set up a little planting zone up here. Because it's got the floor for it. We got Panchito digging away. Who else? Pusher. Hell yeah.
Unlike a game like RimWorld, where things like doors are kind of just automatically made, in Dwarf Fortress you must build everything. For example, to get a door, I would first have to get a stoneworker's workshop, then assign a dwarf to that workshop, then I would have to tell them I would quite like a door please. The dwarf would then go to the stockpile, move the materials to the workshop, and finally build the door. This goes for almost everything in the game, and it only gets more complicated as you go on. Another hugely important part of the game is alcohol. If your dwarves do not have alcohol, they will become depressed. They absolutely rely on this stuff, so you have to make sure your brewer is working overtime. Finally, all the gems that we've been cutting were being put to use, because the traders had arrived. Traders are a chance for you to trade any excess goods you've been producing for stuff that you need. They're also the times where you learn about what's going on in the world and where you can make special requests for items that you may need. While traders are great, they do signify the beginning of winter, so we would have to be a little bit cautious.
Oh, what? We had a migrant? I didn't even know this. Is that just now? When did that happen? Time to do some naming. Okay, we've added the new people, so if you see yourself on here, congratulations, I suppose.
Now you may be looking at this and thinking, what in the holy fuck is that? Well, these are going to be your bedrooms. And you may also be thinking, that is the most inhuman thing I have ever fucking seen. And luckily, we're dealing with dwarves, not humans, and they are more than happy in these conditions. Speaking of happy, the dwarves are currently happily engraving on the floor. Let's have a little look at what they're drawing.
Engraving of Rekust Uzulakov. Rendition of the Wheel of Oranges, a well-designed image of a pipe section. The image is a symbol of the ignited artifact, the local dwarven government. And He's drawing dwarven government propaganda. What a fucking nerd. Alright, Cleopatra is engraving something right now. Engraved on the floor is a copperhead snake. It's pretty cool, I suppose. Oh, I'm engraving something. What did I do? Engraved is a Stukos Uzolrigoth rendition of the mechanical apogee. A masterful designed... thank you. Thank you very much. Masterfully designed image of a dwarf. The image is a symbol of the Portal of Smiths, a dwarven civilization. What can I say? I'm a prodigy, really. I mean, we all knew it. So, it was bound to happen eventually.
Going to sleep with my ego through the roof and my dreams full of masterfully designed dwarves, I awoke to play more Dwarf Fortress. This time, in daylight. This day, I spent most of my time making sure the dwarves were happy. Task number 1. A tavern. Now, I thought displaying wine would be a lovely way to showcase our dwarves what we had on offer to drink. Unfortunately, the task of displaying the wine was given to a child, who hauled a barrel all the way there just to empty it onto the pedestal. Next, I made the dwarves some beds.
Alright, the dwarves have, they've seemed to have discovered their bedrooms, which is nice. Oh, Pongo's really happy. Look at him, he's euphoric. Who the fuck is asleep in the crops? Panchito! You guys have beds.
I have a confession. I've been keeping a little secret from you guys. Past the tavern and down the stairs, there's a little room I've been building. The Forge. Here, the first armour for our dwarves will be crafted by none other than Pongo. There's also these 2 rooms on the side which I don't quite know what to do with, but that's for later.
Oh! Barsonius has just given birth. What, down here? What? Where the hell is Barsonius? Holy shit. That's so cute. Wait, where is it though? Okay. Oh shit, Barsonius is throwing up. Or is that... No, it's the kid. Okay. That's the dwarven... The dwarven baby is being sick everywhere.
Now, to forge, you need a few different things. Firstly, you need fuel. This can be coal, but most commonly it's charcoal that you'll be making in this furnace. Next, you'll need a smelter. These guys will take ore that you have mined and melt it into ingots with the fuel that you've provided. And finally, you'll need a forger, a talented dwarf who is able to forge a large variety of things from battle axes to statues. As you can see, all of this relies on fuel, and right now, our only source is wood from the outdoors. Now, unfortunately, elves are really protective over trees, even if they're nowhere fucking near them. So, I had to come up with a plan to avoid pissing them off too much. Deep underground, there are caverns. Within these caverns, there are countless dangers. In fact, they are the most reliable way of losing dwarves. On top of the copious riches down there, the caverns are home to the sturdiest mushrooms that you can find, which can be used instead of wood. This was my new goal, but first, to brave the dangers, I'd need a squad of dwarves brave enough to call themselves soldiers, and I'd need the forge working overtime.
Okay, as you can see here, we've got... Safe to say we're going to be fucking busy. Pongo needs to get his fat ass down here, and he needs to get smelting. Where is he? He's in the tavern! Pongo, get to work! Yes, there it is. That's the first breastplate. That's so cool.
We managed to get a squad of fully iron armoured dwarves, which meant we were ready to start digging for the caverns. It just so happened that we had settled on an aquifer, meaning that whenever we mined, the hole we dug would begin to fill with water. Now, digging through a light aquifer is quite simple in this game. All you need to do is dig around your staircase and replace the whetstone with dry walls. However, it can become very time consuming.
Man, are you...
Eventually, I made it through, but it took a while, and I thought you should know that.
Yes! Get on, boys.
30 levels down from my main base, we had finally breached the caverns. We found exactly what we were looking for almost instantly. This would stop our potential elf problem. Now all we needed was a way to get down. I ordered for a staircase to be built, and soon my dwarves got to work. Now, caverns are dangerous places, full of dangerous creatures that are ready to maul your dwarves. Because of this, I was on edge, and that is the only excuse that I have to slightly justify what happened next. I received a rather alarming pop-up that one of my dwarves was in combat. To my horror, when I went to see what the problem was, I saw this vile creature called an elk bird and assumed the worst. Now, in reality, elk birds are passive creatures that graze on the fungus that grows in the soil and peacefully roam the caverns. What I didn't understand at the time was that one of my hunters had gone down to kill one singular elk bird to get food for the colony. However, because I assumed that this dwarf was not the initiator of the fight and instead was being attacked while doing something like collecting cave spider silk, I sent my squad of freshly trained ironclad dwarves to annihilate this peaceful herd of wildlife.
What is going on here? Why is there an elk bird in the temple? Seriously injured? We can't just have this thing running around? Ability to stand lost. What happened to it? Something seems to have happened. Oh, an iron bolt. Got hit by a bolt. But how did it get up here? Because it can't move. I love the way there's an elk bird right now on the floor in the temple with a broken leg, unable to move. And these guys just literally are not even registering it. There's one up here. Or was that the one in the temple? No, yeah, it's the same one. It's just hobbling about the fortress. Where's it going? Oh, wait. Do you reckon this elk bird's related? Oh, Snatcher. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Indeed. We had just been targeted by 5 goblin child snatchers. I had no idea these guys were in the game, but I suppose here they fucking are. Time to test our dwarves' mettle. I hope they're gonna be okay. I mean, they've only fought an elk bird and... Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! That's his arm. That is his literal arm. Well, I guess that's problem solved. The other guys seem to have scattered. Right, well I feel like this is as good of a spot as any to leave this video. We've been on quite the adventure. The village pop is now sitting around 52. These are all people that have joined us all the way from the Discord to this new Dwarven frontier. If you'd like to have the chance to be in another video like this, then the Discord is the most likely way to make that happen. Also, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you've made it this far into the video. And let me know if you enjoyed seeing this game. I can usually tell from the views and the likes, but it's great to hear it from you guys. And if you have any other games you'd like to see me play, let me know that as well. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, you might also enjoy these videos here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!